My name is Ginna Hurry, and I'm a painter. I remember being a toddler and coloring on the walls of my mom's closet with her lipstick. And so it was like bright coral. And so I think that was my first art memory. From there, I've always been an artist. My mom really, I think, didn't know what to do with me because I was different and didn't fit in the box. So at a young age, she put me at the feet of other artists, and so I grew up in the studios of other artists. That was sort of the beginning for me, and so I went on and I was an art major, painting major in college, and really wrestled with whether I should be an artist or a missionary. Obviously, I was made to create, so there was just a lot of wrestling between the two. I sold my angel paintings and painted angels as sort of an angel factory for several years. And I think the thing that transitioned me out of that was I realized that I was people-pleasing in so many ways. And there's a tension in that for an artist. I mean, you want to please and you want to sell to some degree, but then I realized I was called to more, and I wanted to move past that and beyond. I realized I had more to say. And as I realized also I wanted to paint larger, and I wanted to be less people-driven and more vision-driven. Most creatives probably live with their senses out, and so I'm always feeling, sensing, taking in the world around me. I'm really drawn to people who are like that, who are living wholeheartedly and vulnerably. I love to connect with my clients and hear how they respond to whatever piece I've done, what they're drawn to. So, I've grown a lot in the last 15 or 20 years in my work and how I relate to the people who care about it. Recently, I was at a show in Nashville, and I feel like I really do have a beautiful opportunity to connect with clients and their hearts and their stories. And it's way more than I really anticipated doing. I thought you had to be a missionary or work for the church to live this way, and get that deep into people's stories and hearts. But this one couple came to the show. I have a million stories like this, but God is so kind to give me these kind of moments. But they just came and they said, "We're here to break the alabaster jar." And I said, "What do you mean?" And they said, "We have some money and we're here to spend it on your art. Tell us what you have." And so I just wanted to hear more from them. And they said, "Well, here's the thing. Our story has been so dark these last 3 years, and there's been so much darkness that we need beauty. Our home and our souls need beauty. And so we're here to spend an extravagant amount on, and we want it to be your work." And so I feel like those kind of people who come and, even knowing more the depth of what they've walked through, and just that they would consider my work as something that would give them hope and remind them that this world is not all there is, and that there's something bigger and greater to wait for and hope for, and that His kingdom is coming. Those are the things that really help me continue. And beauty is very important to me. And I think when I think about the value of beauty, I think back to, I've asked this question, I still ask this question all the time. Does my work matter? Does my life matter? Does anybody value this? Does it help anybody? What good is this? And I think back to this story, or I feel like God uses stories to help press truths into my heart. I was in Atlanta right before my first gallery show, and I was really worried that my work wouldn't matter, that the gallery show didn't matter. And so I've been asking God that. And I was coming from a restaurant, had a white styrofoam cup in my hand, and with cold water. I remember because I was so thirsty. It was really hot in Atlanta that day, and I was walking with my family. We're walking in this crowd, and this homeless man jumped right in front of me and just said, "I need what you have." And I remember vividly I had been thinking or praying, asking God, does my work matter? Does beauty matter? And so just immediately, I just, thinking fast, which is not normal, handed him my cup of cold water and kept moving with the crowd. And my kids kept saying, "Why did you give that man your water?" And it was just one of those things that God used to press into my heart, that if my work could be like a cup of cold water to help people hang on in the journey and make it to the end, then that was really what I could latch onto, and that's given me hope. I've thought about it so much over the last 10 years, and So I know a lot of other people do that for me through their work and help me hold on. So I just hope in some way my work is a blessing to people.